All right, hello. We're talking challenge coins again, and we're talking this one. Uh, this is actually I think this might actually be a challenge coin um, because it is issued by the Adjutant General of Tennessee, which, short version, this is the commanding general of the Tennessee National Guard. And he is, in fact, a major general of the U.S. Army. So, or the current sitting one as of September 1, 2022. Is a major general in the United States Army. And I'll be back in a couple of minutes with some more details. Okay, this is one side of the challenge coin from the Tennessee Adjutant General. You can see the inscription around the outside, Adjutant General of Tennessee, with a star separating each of the words, so there's 3 stars equally spaced around the edge of the coin. Tennessee is technically considered to be divided into 3 grand divisions, so each of these stars would quite possibly represent one of those divisions. Now, in the middle, you have a soldier on a horse. Not sure what the significance of that is. You have here the date 1796, which is the date Tennessee got statehood. And you have this tree here, which I'm not quite sure, but I believe that is going to be a tulip poplar, which happens to be the state tree. And anyway, I think I should point out this coin, this little pouch here, has the sticker 3097 on it. I don't know what that signifies, but this is how it came, shipped from Amazon. Okay, and we have the B side of the Adjutant General Tennessee coin. We have on the outside we have the word volunteer across the top, or volunteers rather, plural, and Kings Mountain 1780. I'll talk about the Kings Mountain thing in just a minute. The volunteers, Tennessee has a long-standing tradition of volunteering for military service in large numbers throughout its entire history, going back to, well, pretty much the War of 1812, which was the first war the United States really gets into after Tennessee becomes a state. And even before Tennessee becomes a state, there were lots of men from what would become Tennessee in the North Carolina militia and during the Revolutionary War. Anyway, and in the middle we have, in the background you have the outline of the state of Tennessee with the Tennessee flag representation in it. And then in front of that you have a militiaman of the period around the Revolutionary War, complete with his long rifle. Okay, a few words on some of the pieces on here. The backside has got an inscription on the bottom, Kings Mountain 1780, Kings Mountain was the name of a battle in South Carolina, just below the South Carolina-North Carolina border in the Revolution. It's called the Battle of Kings Mountain because it was fought right on Kings Mountain. Anyway, like I said, it was during the Revolutionary War. So, and it was the British regular army forces in South Carolina versus a group of, well, there may have been some Continental Army troops, but there were also a lot of South Carolina and North Carolina militia. And in the North Carolina militia would have been a bunch of men from across the mountains to the west, which would put them in what is now the state of Tennessee. Tennessee was not one of the 13 colonies. It was a collection of villages and outposts in what was then western part of the colony of North Carolina, on the end of the Revolutionary Wars, or upon the end of the Revolutionary War. So of course the 13 colonies got their independence from Britain. So North Carolina becomes a state, and what is now Tennessee was still a collection of small villages and outposts, and would remain that way until 1796, when Tennessee became the 16th state admitted to the Union. The rifle pictured on the coin is a long rifle, or also known as a Kentucky long rifle or a Pennsylvania long rifle. It's a black powder musket, as just about all weapons were at the time, and it's a little bigger than the British regular army weapon of the time. It's a little longer, a little heavier. The longer barrel length gives it a little bit greater range, because it gives the bullet or the round longer to spin up, to build up speed, not necessarily spin, because these were mostly smooth bores, but gave it more time to build up speed before it left the gun, and allowed it to travel further before gravity slowed it down too much. And that's it. Not quite it. One comment: I actually found this on Amazon. This is one of my rarer coins, as far as sources go. It's one of the very few I found on Amazon. Most are eBay, or came direct from the entity that had them created. So, and that's it, and have a nice day.